In a world where plug-in hybrids are bridging the gap between gas and full electric, two names are pushing the boundaries in very different ways. On one side, we have a familiar face, the 2025 Hyundai Tucson PHEV, a sleek, practical SUV from a brand that's been steadily refining its electrified lineup. And on the other, the bold new challenger, the 2025 BYD Seal U DM-i, a cutting-edge entry from the rising Chinese automaker that's shaking up markets across Europe and beyond. So what happens when Hyundai's global bestseller goes head-to-head with one of BYD's most ambitious plug-in hybrids yet? Is the Tucson still the smart, dependable choice, or has the Seal U arrived with just the right mix of innovation and value to change the game? In this video, we're diving deep into everything that matters: design, powertrains, electric range, fuel economy, interior comfort, tech, safety, pricing, and ultimately, which SUV offers the better plug-in hybrid experience in 2025. This is Parth, and you are watching MotorNation. Before we dive into the specs and features, let's take a quick look at what each of these plug-in hybrids is all about, starting with the 2025 Hyundai Tucson PHEV. In Europe, the Tucson plug-in hybrid continues to be one of Hyundai's most compelling electrified offerings. It combines a 1.6-liter turbocharged petrol engine with an electric motor and a 13.8 kilowatt-hour battery pack, delivering all-wheel drive as standard. With a total system output of around 265 horsepower and an electric-only range of about 65 kilometers (WLTP), the Tucson PHEV offers the flexibility to go fully electric for most daily trips and petrol power when you need it. It's wrapped in Hyundai's sharp, modern design with a focus on comfort, tech, and everyday usability. Think of it as a well-rounded, no-nonsense SUV, but with a greener edge. Now, enter the bold newcomer, the 2025 BYD Seal U DM-i. BYD, one of China's EV powerhouses, is taking Europe seriously, and the Seal U is a statement of intent. This mid-size SUV uses BYD's DM-i hybrid system, pairing a 1.5-liter petrol engine with a highly efficient electric motor and a battery that offers up to 110 kilometers of pure electric range (WLTP), noticeably more than the Tucson. Depending on the variant, total power output ranges from around 218 to 324 horsepower, with front-wheel drive or optional AWD. Inside, it's futuristic, digital-first, and focused on tech and value, offering a spacious cabin, large screens, and premium materials, all at a price that undercuts many rivals. BYD is aiming to disrupt, and the Seal U DM-i is their European spearhead. So on one side, we have a trusted, well-refined Hyundai Tucson PHEV. On the other, the fresh, high-tech BYD Seal U. Both are plug-in hybrids, but they're coming at the market with very different philosophies. Let's kick things off under the hood, where these two plug-in hybrid SUVs take two very different paths to achieve the same goal: efficient, flexible performance with the ability to drive electric when you want to. Starting with the 2025 Hyundai Tucson plug-in hybrid, Hyundai sticks with a proven setup that's been refined over the past few years. Powering the Tucson is a 1.6-liter turbocharged four-cylinder petrol engine, paired with a single electric motor and a 13.8 kilowatt-hours lithium-ion battery. The combined system output comes in at a respectable 265 horsepower and 350 newton-meters of torque, with power sent through a 6-speed automatic transmission to all four wheels, thanks to standard HDRAC all-wheel drive. It's a system that emphasizes smooth transitions, predictable performance, and everyday usability. On the road, the Tucson PHEV delivers a comfortable, composed drive with plenty of low-end torque, especially when pulling away in electric mode. Its electric-only range is around 65 kilometers on the WLTP cycle, which means you can handle most daily commutes without ever touching the petrol tank. And when you do, the transition is seamless. 0 to 100 kilometers per hour takes about 8.6 seconds, which is perfectly adequate for this class of SUV. Not thrilling, but certainly capable. Fuel economy when the battery is depleted sits around 6.5 to 7.0 liters per 100 kilometers, depending on how and where you drive, though real-world results can vary with how often you plug in. And that's the beauty of the Tucson system. It rewards drivers who charge regularly, giving you a taste of EV efficiency without fully committing to electric. Now, let's take a look at the 2025 BYD Seal U DM-i, and things get more interesting here. Unlike Hyundai's more traditional PHEV setup, BYD's DM-i dual-mode intelligent hybrid system takes a slightly different approach. At its core is a 1.5-liter Atkinson cycle petrol engine, which works primarily as a generator rather than a direct power source, especially at lower speeds. It's paired with 1 or 2 electric motors, depending on a variant, and a larger battery, either 18.3 kilowatt-hours or 26.6 kilowatt-hours, depending on trim. That bigger battery pays off. In the top spec model, you get up to 110 kilometers of electric range WLTP, which is nearly double what the Tucson offers. The powertrain is mated to a single-speed ECVT transmission, which prioritizes electric driving as much as possible and only engages the engine when needed. The result? Smooth, ultra-quiet driving, especially in city traffic. Power output varies by trim. The front-wheel drive model delivers around 218 horsepower, while the dual-motor all-wheel drive version pumps out a robust 324 horsepower. That version can hit 0 to 100 kilometers per hour in just 6.5 seconds, making it significantly quicker than the Tucson. And thanks to its larger battery and hybrid efficiency, BYD claims fuel consumption as low as 0.9 liters per 100 kilometers WLTP. Though, as always, that depends heavily on charging habits. But it's not just about numbers. The Seal U DM-i feels distinctly more electric first in how it drives. Most of the time, you'll be cruising on battery power alone, with the engine kicking in only when needed, especially at higher speeds or under heavy load. It's incredibly quiet, and BYD's in-house motors and battery tech give it a smooth, almost EV-like feel from behind the wheel. Now let's step inside, because when it comes to plug-in hybrids, the driving experience isn't just about range and power. It's about where you spend your time, the cabin. And this is where both the 2025 Hyundai Tucson PHEV and the BYD Seal U DM-i show just how far plug-in SUVs have come in terms of refinement, practicality, and cutting-edge tech. Starting with the Hyundai Tucson PHEV, the cabin is all about smart layout, premium touches, and user-friendly functionality. Hyundai's design language is clean and modern, with sharp horizontal lines and high-quality materials throughout. The dash features soft-touch surfaces, stitched panels, and a floating center console that gives it a light, airy feel. In higher trims, you'll find leather upholstery, ambient lighting, and a panoramic sunroof that really opens up the space. Seating is well-cushioned and supportive, with heated and ventilated front seats available on mid to high trims, and even heated rear seats in the upper models. The driver's seat is power-adjustable with memory settings, and the driving position is spot-on, elevated for a commanding view, but comfortable enough for long trips. Rear passengers get ample legroom and headroom, thanks to the Tucson's generous dimensions and flat floor layout, even with the PHEVs battery tucked away beneath. When it comes to cargo space, the Tucson does lose a bit of volume compared to its non-hybrid sibling due to the rear-mounted battery. But you still get around 558 liters of space behind the second row, plenty for groceries, gear, or a few travel bags. Fold the rear seats flat, and capacity opens up to nearly 1,700 liters, which makes it one of the more practical plug-in SUVs in its class. Tech-wise, the Tucson PHEV doesn't disappoint. You get a 10.25-inch digital instrument cluster paired with a 10.25-inch infotainment screen, both crisp, responsive, and easy to navigate. The system supports Apple CarPlay and Android Auto. The wireless functionality is oddly reserved for the smaller base screen and some trims. There's also a premium Bose audio system available, multiple USB-C ports, and a wireless charging pad, giving the cabin a tech-forward, connected feel. Now, switching over to the BYD Seal U DM-i, the vibe inside is distinctly more futuristic and arguably more daring. BYD has gone all in on creating a digital-first experience. The centerpiece is a large, 15.6-inch rotating touchscreen that physically swivels between landscape and portrait modes with the press of a button. It's an attention-grabbing feature that sets the Seal U apart instantly, and it works surprisingly well. The screen runs BYD's D-Link system, highly customizable, fast, and packed with features, though not all of them are optimized for European use just yet. Right behind the wheel, there's a digital instrument cluster, and in some trims, an additional head-up display that projects key driving info onto the windshield. Everything feels high-tech and premium, from the haptic touch buttons to the customizable ambient lighting that wraps around the cabin. It's not just a car, it feels like you're sitting inside a concept vehicle that made it to production. Comfort is strong too. The seats are plush and supportive, wrapped in synthetic leather or optional Nappa leather in higher trims. Both rows are spacious, and the cabin feels wide and open, helped by a large panoramic sunroof and excellent visibility all around. Heated and ventilated seats, a heated steering wheel, and even climate control for rear passengers are all available depending on trim. BYD has clearly designed this space to feel premium, and it succeeds, especially at this price point. When it comes to cargo capacity, the Seal U offers about 552 liters of space behind the rear seats, nearly identical to the Tucson, and that number climbs to around 1,440 liters with the seats folded. The boot is well-shaped and easily accessible, and there's a powered tailgate as standard on most trims. In terms of connectivity, BYD includes plenty of USB-A and USB-C ports, fast charging options, and wireless charging. And while Apple CarPlay and Android Auto are now supported in Europe, the rollout is still ongoing in some regions, so check your local specs before you buy. When it comes to safety and driver confidence, both the 2025 Hyundai Tucson PHEV and the BYD Seal U DM-i come well equipped, though they take slightly different approaches. The Tucson PHEV benefits from Hyundai's well-established SmartSense safety suite, which includes all the essentials. Adaptive cruise control with stop and go, lane keeping and lane following assist, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross traffic alert. Higher trims also offer highway driving assist, surround view cameras, and a clever blind spot view monitor that displays a live video feed in the instrument cluster when you signal. It's intuitive, reliable, and built around driver ease. Meanwhile, the BYD Seal U DM-i pushes hard into the high-tech zone. It comes standard with a full set of active safety features, including adaptive cruise control, lane centering, automatic emergency braking, traffic sign recognition, and a 360-degree camera system. BYD even includes intelligent speed limit assist and driver attention monitoring, features that are still rare at this price point. It's all controlled through a responsive central interface and is part of BYD's push to offer premium-level tech at an affordable price. So, how much will these plug-in hybrids set you back in Europe? Let's talk numbers and value. Starting with the 2025 Hyundai Tucson PHEV, pricing in most European markets begins at around €45,000 for the base trim. As you move up through the mid-level N-Line and top-spec Ultimate or Premium trims, expect prices to climb to about €52,000 to €55,000, depending on the market and optional extras. For that price, you get standard all-wheel drive, a refined interior, Hyundai's full SmartSense safety suite, and a well-rounded plug-in hybrid system. Hyundai's strong dealer network and reputation for reliability also factor into the value proposition. Now, shifting to the 2025 BYD Seal U DM-i, this is where things get interesting. BYD is positioning the Seal U as a value-driven disruptor, and it shows in the price tag. In most European countries, starting prices come in at around 38,000 euros to 40,000 euros for the comfort trim. Step up to the design or top-level excellence AWD version, and you're still looking at just 44,000 euros to 47,000 euros, significantly undercutting most plug-in competitors, Tucson included. Yet even at this price, the Seal U includes a larger battery, longer electric range, more power in AWD variants, and a futuristic cabin loaded with tech. For buyers focused on electric-first efficiency and maximum features per euro, BYD's pricing is tough to ignore. So, after looking at performance, comfort, technology, safety, and pricing, which of these plug-in hybrids deserves a spot in your driveway? The 2025 Hyundai Tucson PHEV is the safe, refined choice. It's built on a well-proven platform, offers excellent ride comfort, strong all-wheel drive capability, and the peace of mind that comes from Hyundai's wide service network and long warranty. It may not break new ground, but it doesn't have to. It does everything you expect, and it does it well. For buyers who prioritize dependability, familiarity, and premium polish, the Tucson continues to be a solid all-rounder. On the other side, the BYD Seal U DM-i is the bold, electric-first newcomer. It delivers more electric range, quicker acceleration in AWD form, and a futuristic, tech-rich interior, all at a significantly lower price. It challenges the status quo by giving you more innovation and value per euro, and it's a strong statement of how far Chinese EV technology has come. For the early adopters, the tech enthusiasts, and the budget-conscious, the Seal U DM-i offers an enticing alternative. So the final decision really comes down to your priorities. Are you looking for trusted comfort with a hybrid heart? Go Tucson. Craving high-tech value and maximum EV range in a stylish package, the Seal U makes a compelling case. Either way, we're looking at two plug-in hybrids that prove this segment is growing smarter, cleaner, and more competitive than ever. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe to MotorNation, and let us know in the comments, which one would you take home?